Hello and welcome back to my YouTube and Opera channel on LELB Society. This session I'm going to teach you Unit 20 of 504 Absolutely Essential Words series. Before starting, let me show you the flashcards or photo dictionary items that might have been used here. Okay. The first word is underdog. You know, on this board of chess, you see that actually there are some higher priorities and hierarchy. So here actually underdog means a weaker part, a side that is likely to lose the game. Underdog. Blend means this is a blender, as you can see. Possible is viable, workable, functioning, and probable. Dense, you know, on the left side the crops are more dense, and on the right side it is less dense. Comprehensive is total. Brutal is violent, aggressive, bad-tempered. Theory, hypothesis, assumption. Expensive, costly, not economical. Annual, yearly. And essential is necessary. Remember, on LELB Society here at lelb.net, use this black strip to contact me for online classes, particularly Skype me, Telegram me, and also you see the flashcards on my Instagram, and also hundreds of free English classes on YouTube. Okay. Emerge means come out, come up, come into view. Emergence is the noun. Okay. Emerging, also a kind of adjective. When the fight was over, the underdog emerged the winner, to our astonishment, because underdog is the weak part, and usually this side does not actually win, but it became the winner. You have to be nimble, or quick, fast, agile, to emerge from the narrow opening in 5 seconds. So you need to be agile and flexible to just go through and actually go through that narrow opening in 5 seconds. What emerged from the bottle was a blend of fruit juices. What appeared or came into view from the bottle was a mixture of fruit juices. Word 2. Jagged means with sharp points sticking out, unevenly cut or torn. Means uneven, not smooth. Being reckless or careless, Rudy didn't watch out for the jagged steel. It's a kind of metal. So because Rudy was careless and indifferent, she, I suppose, did not pay attention to the jagged steel and perhaps actually hurt herself. It is an enormous job to smooth the jagged edge of a fence. It is a very demanding job to smooth, to actually make it even. The jagged and uneven edge of a fence. Leslie's hair was so jagged it was scarcely possible to tell that it had just been cut. Okay. Her hair was so uneven or jagged that it was almost impossible, scarcely possible, almost impossible to tell that, or to just, for example, judge that, to see that it had been just, for example, hairdressed, because she must have gone to a hairdresser or go to the barbers, but it was, I mean, the outcome was so unsatisfactory. Linger. Stay on. Go slowly as if unwilling to leave. Linger usually collocates with on as a preposition. The odor or smell didn't vanish or disappear but lingered on for weeks. For example, some perfumes. It's not clear what it refers to. Some traditions linger, or customs or conventions linger on or stay, or stay to be, for example, popular long after they have lost their meanings. For example, some superstitions. After the campus closed for the summer, after the university or college, I mean, that location actually was just closed, some students lingered on, stayed there, reluctant to go home. They didn't like to go home. Ambush. Ambush is a trap in which soldiers or other enemies, or even actually animals, wild animals like lions, hide to make a surprise attack. The ambush became a tragedy for those who attempted it because they were all killed. So it was a very dangerous, perilous, let's say, a perilous trap for the enemies. General Taylor raved about the ingenious ambush he planned. General is a military position, actually at a very high rank, of a very high position and rank. Raved about, when you rave about something, it means you talk about it in a very exciting and enthusiastic way. The ingenious means intelligent, smart. Ambush, he planned, or he, for example, sketched. Okay. The troops lay in ambush in the dense woods all through the night. Troops, a set of soldiers, group of soldiers, in ambush, in that trap, just waiting for something, for an attack, in the dense woods, or thick, thick. Dense. The noun is density. All through the night. Yeah, that was a perfect place to hide, because the woods or trees were dense. So if it is dense, it is perfectly possible for you to hide yourself. So it makes a perfect ambush. 5. Crafty, skillful in deceiving others. Charlatan, for example. Sly, S-L-Y, it means cunning, C-U-N-N-I-N-G, C-U-N-N-I-N-G. Tricky, a person who tricks others. His crafty mind prepared a comprehensive plan to defraud his partners. His deceitful mind, or deceiving mind, or guileful, Guileful, Remember, when you take my classes, it's a perfect idea to actually be ready to take notes, because believe it or not, taking notes has a marvelous effect on your memory and learning. Nothing can take the place of taking notes in order to expand your understanding and learning, particularly learning a second or foreign language. It's not your mother tongue, so it takes more mental faculty, mental ability. So consciousness raising techniques such as taking notes actually can help you so much. Defraud his partners, it means to deceive them. Okay. Comprehensive means total, complete, thorough. Leo didn't use brutal strength against his opponents, but he used his crafty bag of tricks to beat them. Leo didn't use brutal or violent, for example, strength or stamina against his opponents or rivals, actually to attack them one by one physically, to get involved in a brawl, B-R-A-W-L. Instead, he used his crafty bag of tricks. Here, for example, for bag you can say repertoire. Let me write this one. Means collection of strategies, for example, to beat them. Beat here means to defeat them. Or make them lose. The Indians did not fall for the crafty ambush. Fall for something means to be deceived by. Fall for means to be deceived by. The Indians, maybe it refers to the indigenous people or native people in the United States before European people just moved to that continent. Were not deceived by the cunning ambush. Defiant. Remember, the verb is defy. Means to disobey. So defiant means disobedient. Openly resisting. Challenging. As I said, disobedient. Okay. I refuse to. Pay attention, after refuse you need a bare infinitive. It means no gerund. I refuse to be manipulated, to be controlled, the defiant, disobedient young woman told her father. Generation gap, you know. Usually children cannot understand their parents and vice versa. That is, the parents cannot understand their children. Professor Carrill, I don't know, was defiant of any attempt to disprove his theory. So he was so, let's say, non-conformist. Also, you can say somehow non-conformist, or a maverick. Of any attempt or trial or effort to disprove or disqualify, disprove or reject his theory. Defiant of everyone, the addict refused to be helped. Defying everyone, also you can put it in this way, the addict refused to accept any help. Vigor. Pay attention, in British English there is a U here. And there is a red line below it because the default format of my Microsoft Office Word is American English, not British. Vigor. And the adjective is vigorous. Is strong. active strength or force. Having a great deal of vigor, Jason was able to excel in all sports. So because of the fact that actually he was so vigorous, he could surpass or excel actually in all sports. So he was a very physically healthy person. Tom Thumb made up for size by having more vigor than other people. So he was not a very large person or big person. He was short or small, but he made up for. Pay attention to this phrasal verb. Make up for means compensate. For his size by having more vigor or strength than most people. Also for physical strength you can say stamina. Okay, so C. Putting all her vigor into the argument, Patsy persuaded me to let her drive. So she was so assertive or tenacious. It means insisting on something. So here vigor does not refer to any physical, let's say, stamina. It means being assertive, let's say continuing, insisting on something or persisting in something into the argument. Because there is an argument, it's not a physical argument. Patsy persuaded or convinced me to let her drive. As a causative verb, after let, then object, then no to. It's a common mistake that people actually may say that let her to do something. No. Persuade means convince. Convince, yes. Perish, be destroyed, die. Unless, which means if not. Let me drink some water. Oh, yeah. Water is the best. Okay, unless means if not the plant gets water for its roots to absorb or take in, it will perish. It refers to plants. So if there is no water reaching for the roots of the plant, it will just die. Custer and all his men perished at the Little Big Horn. Custer and his men just passed away. A very formal way to say somebody dies. Pass away. Okay, we are trying to make sure to ascertain, a very formal word. Ascertain, or make sure, or make certain that democracy will never perish from this earth, will never come to an end. Fragile, fragility is the noun. Delicate, easily broken, damaged and destroyed. Delicate. The expensive glassware is very expensive, very fragile. Sorry. The expensive or costly crockery, also you can say, means cups, dishes, glasses that are made of glass. The material is glass. So, and it is clear that they are easily broken and fragile. Things made out of plywood have a tendency to be fragile. Made out of plywood. Plywood is a substance or material made of different layers of wood. Yeah, usually the texture or structure is rather artificial. It's not exactly the type of wood that exists, let's say, in the trunks or stems of trees. So have a tendency, they tend to be fragile or easily broken. On the box was a label which read fragile, handle with care. It's not read, it's the simple past form of actually read, which is pronounced read. Fragile, it means that it is easily broken, so take it with attention, with caution. 10. Captive means prisoner. The major was grateful to be released after having been held captive for 2 years. Just 2 years. The major, a very high rank in a military, let's say, position. So he was released. It means he was freed after having been held captive, after being imprisoned for 2 years. In prison. Until the sheriff got them out, the 2 boys were held captive in the barn. So the 2 boys were held captive, were imprisoned in the barn. And what is a barn? It's a plain building, usually in the ranch or farms, and those let's say buildings are so simple and plain, and they are used to just store crops, not necessarily for living, for people to live in. So until the sheriff is a kind of police officer in different states of the United States, actually got them out or released them or exempted them, they were kept captive, or they were held captive for actually for a while. Placido Domingo can hold an audience captive with his marvelous singing voice. I don't know him, but he must be famous. I'm not very into these things. Yeah, can hold an audience captive. It means that he can haunt people, H-A-U-N-T, or impress. Let me haunt, impress. Okay, people. So here it doesn't mean imprisonment. With his marvelous or fantastic, astonishing singing voice. 11. Prosper. Prosperous is the adjective. Prosperity is the noun. Be successful. Have good fortune. Particularly, it has something to do with financial success. Okay. Howard Hofs owned numerous businesses, and most of them prospered. So he was a successful businessman. Owned or possessed numerous, a lot of businesses, and most of them actually were lucrative. Means money making. No one should prosper from the misfortune of his or her friends. To be so opportunistic, actually, to take those unfortunate situations to his or her own benefits. No one should prosper to, for example, take advantage of the misfortune or bad luck of their friends. The yearly report showed or delineated or proved that the new business was prospering, was lucrative, money making. And the last word is devour. To eat hungrily absorb, gulp down completely, take in greedily. Gulp down. Let me write this one. You know, vor means eat in Latin. That's why we have carnivorous, herbivorous, and omnivorous, voracity, voracious. These are some words with this root. It was a horrid sight to see the lion devour the lamb. Pay attention, B is not pronounced. It was a horrid sight, very terrifying, horrifying, or vicious scene to see the lion. It's a sensory verb structure. See the object, and then we have two possibilities. Either a bare infinitive or a gerund. Here we have a bare infinitive, the lamb. The animal doctor, or vet, VET, was pleased to see the terrier devour the dog food. Was so, let's say, content, C-O-N-T-E-N-T, content to see that the terrier, it's a breed of dog, a dog breed, devour, the same sensory structure, the dog food. My aunt devours 4 or 5 mystery books each week. Here it doesn't mean eating, it means digesting, let's say, in a figurative way. Digest means to understand, read and then understand, or yeah, to feed on. Okay, so remember, on my website you can use your social media account to be able to use this comment form. At the bottom of each post there is a comment form. You can actually study the text together with the flashcards that are actually increasing every day, and also listen to the embedded video file created by me on from YouTube, from my YouTube channel. Actually, I just embed this YouTube channel, these YouTube videos on my website. And then if you have any question, you have two choices. You can either actually leave your questions on my YouTube channel, and or you can just visit my website and go to that specific web page and leave your questions there, and make sure that I will get back to you as soon as possible. So that could be a very great method to improve your English. For example, if you have any English questions, I would be there to help you. And also, let me show again, you can use this strip or box to contact me for my online classes. Let me show you some recently added podcast posts on Instagram. Dense, I just uploaded this one 3 hours ago. It's clear, dense, and also we had it in this unit. Theory, descend is go down. Villain, bad character. Some negotiation, eliminate, get rid of. And also there are 700, over 700 posts. Wholesale, visible, and another negotiation, and topic cards, and vapor. So please do not forget to follow me on Instagram, and also do not forget to subscribe to this to my YouTube channel to receive actually free English lessons. And also you can like my Facebook fan page, and if you think that you can cooperate with me, you have something really worthwhile, you have your own initiative, because LELB society is growing a lot of or actually it's gaining a lot of popularity every day. So we can, for example, show you the Alexa rank here. The global rank of my community is 800,000, and this is actually ascending. And in the United States, the global rank is, let me increase for, okay, it is 100,000, and that is actually so much. I mean, I'm so pleased with the popularity that I'm receiving every day. Okay, so if you think that you can cooperate with me, I'm open to cooperation, and you can also earn money. Just contact me for example, if you want to experience teaching on LELB Society and so on and so forth. All right, thank you very much for your attention, and take care.